You may be wondering about our friend up here.
It is GardenPalooza, so don't have a cow.
We'll tell you more next on Garden Time. Welcome to Garden Time and welcome to the 17th annual GardenPalooza at Fir Point Farms.
It's a great day. The event is free, the parking is free, and there are over 40 different gardening vendors.
And coming up in the show today, we'll be showcasing some of the vendors that will be here today and their beautiful plants.
We'll also be showing you how to fertilize your iris.
We'll also be telling you about a flower that will turn your beer blue.
But coming up first, great sedums with sedum chicks.
Well, I'm with Becky Wrightsell from Sedum Chicks here at GardenPalooza, and Becky always bring the coolest things.
Thank you.
And so your forte is succulents and sedums and hens and chicks, and you just always have a great selection.
Yes, thank you. We have lots and lots of varieties. I'd say over 60 varieties. Probably at GardenPalooza we have maybe 30 to 40.
Right.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And so tell us about some of these. I know that these are probably some of the most popular ones, and tell us about those.
The reason why I chose a couple of these, like this one for example, it's called Sedum confusum, and it does tons of color changes throughout the year, where the whole thing will be coral in color and then come back to kind of this lime color. Pinching and trimming is going to make it bush out, or you can kind of let it get longer, and it is a little bit taller. It will fill out maybe to about here. That's lots of reasons why I love this one personally.
Everybody has favorites.
Right.
And this one is so totally different then.
Yes. So this one is a spathifolium variety, which is, again, a sedum, and it's called Carnea. I think it is really cool in color because it's going to pull out like the purples and the whites, where a lot of other ones are, going to be the greens, the limes, the corals. So I think it's just a really gorgeous plant. It stays nice and full, a good weed barrier, good, climbing down the pot, so it has lots of awesome features and benefits.
It is nice. And I think you do it so well is when you mix them and match them,
Yeah.
and all those different colors and textures really make it special.
Awesome. Yeah. Yep.
And then you have one that's blooming over there.
Yeah, so we have several different varieties of the Delospermas, and this is Delosperma cooperi, which is also known, as an ice plant. Lots of sun all summer. This guy is going to continue to bloom for you all summer long, giving it water, same as everything else. We like to recommend watering 1 to 2 times a week in the heat of the summer. But when you do water, we want you to soak the plant, like really get the water all the way down to their roots so they can store it up.
Oh, that's smart. That
Yeah.
is good. Good tips. Thank you so much. Because
Yeah.
sometimes I think we overwater them, or we think, oh, I never have to water them.
Or just gently mist. And
Right,
no,
no.
all the way down to the roots.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And now you have one of the really special plants,
Yes.
that special sempervivums that everybody's been talking about.
Yeah.
So tell us about the chick.
So we have, this is the gold nugget. It is really showing off right now. The next couple months, I think it will get even brighter and brighter with the bright yellows. Just over the last week, I say half again is big, and the color is just coming out. They're really a showstopper in the garden. Definitely something you're going to notice.
Nice. And then I see that you have the individual plants. You sell the empty kind of pieces, art pieces, so we could do it ourselves.
Absolutely.
Or you are a good creator, so you have a lot that we could just take home and put right on our wall on our deck.
Definitely. Yeah, ready to go and do it yourself. Everybody enjoys something different. We have all different shapes, all different sizes, all different colors, and we have them all available and ready to go. Yeah.
Well, come out to GardenPalooza today till 3:30. Come out and see Becky and all her beautiful pieces. And she also has other places that she goes. So if you go to gardentime.tv and you click over to her website, you can see where else she'll be the rest of the summer. Thanks so much. Have a great show.
Thanks.
Since 1982, The Wall has been making local gardens beautiful, naturally. Whether you need a new wall, concrete patio, fire pit, or driveway, The Wall's expert craftsmen can build it. We back up our work with a 5-year warranty, so you'll know it'll last. We use the highest quality materials, including stamped colored concrete, natural stone, and we're the leader in using recycled concrete. Create an outdoor environment you'll enjoy for years, with the help of your friends at The Wall.
Welcome to Blooming Junction, where it's easy to connect with nature. At Blooming Junction, you'll find beautiful, healthy plants, good, fresh food, and a place to regain peace and calm in your life. We have an unsurpassed collection of unique and distinctive plants and the expertise to help any gardener be successful. And we feature blooming advantage plants. Come check out Blooming Junction for an inspiring experience in the garden or in the kitchen. Blooming Junction, offering quality plants for beautiful gardens.
Since 1926, the Bonide Company has worked with homeowners to make their homes and gardens beautiful. If you have a garden problem, Bonide has the answer. Want a picture-perfect lawn this summer? If weeds and clover are taking over, Bonide's Weed and Feed is the solution to your lawn problems. And with Vigor X, it prepares your lawn for summer too. Visit Bonide.com to find a local retailer and to download your free Bonide Problem Solver app for your iPhone or Droid.
I'm with Ellen Egan from Egan Gardens. And Ellen, if any of the people have ever come to GardenPalooza, they know you are the Martha Washington lady.
Yes,
really beautiful.
I am the Martha Queen. I am hugging my Martha today. This is Martha Crystal Rose. Martha Washingtons are geranium, but they're really big,
Steroids.
hunky. Yeah, the flowers are like the size of an azalea. Beautiful. They will bloom all summer. Sometimes they'll live through the winter.
Whoa.
And they're sort of our signature plant.
They are.
But they have cousins,
the
the
like
zonal
cousins.
geraniums, who at this point of their lives look a little younger, smaller, but they're going to grow up to be big. They just look a little different from Martha. Their flowers are all in one big round head.
Wonderful.
They're about the easiest care plant you can put out. They can go out early in the spring.
Okay.
They'll keep blooming all summer, bloom through the fall. Like the Marthas, they will sometimes live through the winter.
And so many different colors, both of them, both kinds
Yeah.
have so many different colors, so there's something for everybody.
Yeah, reds, pinks, oranges, this screaming magenta with a little bit of orange in the
Amazing.
center. Some people have been having trouble with the geranium budworm the last few years. It eats the flower buds, but there's an easy fix for that. BT is a biological control that just gets caterpillars, doesn't hurt bees or ladybugs or any,
yeah.
or humans or dogs or cats.
Yes, of course.
So just a spray with the BT on the flower buds every 10 days and you won't have any trouble with the budworms eating your flowers.
Good tip, thank you.
Yeah.
And so you have so many lovely annuals at your place, but you also have, and you're bringing them today, is different kind of other plants. So tell us about what else you're bringing.
Yeah, well,
I'll grab that.
here, have a geranium. Besides the annuals, we do a lot of perennials here, and there's some things that are just prime for GardenPalooza weekend.
Nice.
This is GM Fireball.
Whoa.
Just putting out its very first flowers, screaming orange. Just the nicest GM I've ever seen. Very compact grower. You know, the old-fashioned ones, the flowers just flopped over and fell on the
Right.
ground, and then they quit blooming. These keep on blooming. The flowers never flop. They're big, fat, double flowers, and that wonderful orange that just looks like sunshine.
Beautiful. And for sunny
Yep.
garden?
Sun or half sun, half shade.
Okay,
A lot of
perfect.
plants are more flexible than we give them
I
credit
think so.
for.
Great idea.
And then, of course, with the orange, you need to
Ooh,
have
look at
blue.
that.
But this is Columbine or Aquilegia, Kirigami blue and white. And the Kirigamis are a new series of columbines that keep blooming really well.
Nice.
When they're all done with this flush of blooms, if that ever happens, you can chop them down, they'll regrow and bloom again.
Wow.
So you can have all summer color on these too.
That's very new for columbines, because usually it's a spring flower, you're done and move on. So
Yeah.
very nice.
They've even been more resistant to powdery mildew
Oh,
than other
wonderful.
varieties we've tried. And then
You have another one here.
Yeah, behind that, you need some foliage contrast. These three would be a good combination together in a sunny bed. This is Hebe Amy.
Very nice.
Hebe, H-E-B-E, weird name.
Easy.
But that purple foliage is there all year. It's actually like an evergreen shrub more than just a perennial. And it has brilliant, deep, rich purple flowers.
Wow.
It's funny, it can bloom different times of year. I've had it bloom in summer, had it bloom in winter, fall.
Whoa,
and
surprise.
It'll do more than one flush of blooms in a year. They'll end up about 2 feet tall and 2 feet wide, so they're a good backdrop plant to go behind the herbaceous ones that are going to die down.
Excellent. And then I see this lovely table of ferns, and so you have ferns today too.
Yes, these are tropical ferns that would need to be in planters so they can come inside for the winter. We have a nice selection of them.
Beautiful.
Big, fat, make your own jungle kind of plants. I love this
Look at that color on that one.
white
That is so
variegated
pretty.
one.
Well, while you're at GardenPalooza, you have to stop by and see Ellen Egan at Egan's Gardens. You have to have some of these beautiful perennials and a Martha Washington. So for more information, go to GardenTime.tv and you can get all that information on how to get to GardenPalooza. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
We're at Shriner's Iris Gardens, and you know tulips are blooming, but it's also a great time to remember to fertilize your iris. The Shriner's Iris Gardens also has a formula especially made for iris that's low in nitrogen. You could either come out and get theirs or use a fertilizer that is low in nitrogen.
You can also let tulips remind you that this is a great time of year to start thinking about slugs and spreading your slug bait.
So when those tulips are blooming, don't forget to fertilize your iris.
And spread your slug bait.
Your garden begins here with the people in purple, the ones you meet inside each Al's Garden and Home store. More than ever, we're working to bring you a truly exceptional gardening experience. Brighten up your yard with locally grown premium annuals on sale now for just $2.49 each. The sale ends soon, so hurry in for the best selection. The best gardens begin and continue to grow at Al's Garden and Home in Woodburn, Sherwood, Gresham, and Wilsonville. Or visit us at als-gardencenter.com.
Your garden is only as good as the ingredients you use. That's where Black Gold can help. Black Gold seedling mix is formulated for successful seed germination and strong seedling growth. Black Gold seedling mix is organic and OMRI listed, so you can start this year's organic garden outright. Look for Black Gold at your local garden center or go online to blackgold.bz. Black Gold, all the riches of the earth.
Come to the 17th Annual GardenPalooza April 6th at Fur Point Farms. See over 40 plant growers and garden vendors. Free parking and free admission. Stop by and enter to win a garden arbor from Garden Gallery Ironworks. GardenPalooza April 6th at Fur Point Farms in Aurora.
Create a beautiful living space both inside and out with the help of Terra Casa.
Outside, you'll find pottery, fountains, and decor to make your garden unforgettable.
And inside, there are home furnishings and just the right accents to make your home warm, inviting, and most importantly, comfortable.
Terra Casa has a huge selection of merchandise to fit any home or budget. Plus, we still have all the unique and distinctive gifts that you have come to expect from Terra Casa.
Terra Casa in downtown Damascus.
As you know by now, today is the 17th Annual GardenPalooza at Fur Point Farms. It's from 8 to 3:30 and it's free parking and free admission and over 40 garden vendors.
And by garden vendors, we mean there's great plants, there's wonderful tools, and some beautiful art. Plus, you can get a great meal, a sandwich, or some soup, or even pastries at Country Grains. In fact, hundreds of people start their spring right here at GardenPalooza.
While you're here, come find William and me, and you can be entered to win some of these great prizes. There's tools from DRAM, there's also gift cards from Portland Nursery and Al's Garden Center, and these great books from Timber Press.
And this is going to happen every half hour, and all you have to do is stop by and pick up your ticket. And don't forget to go to GardenPalooza.com, download and print out these coupons, bring them with you for additional savings.
We invite you to come to GardenPalooza today and have a great time. Well, I have a sneak peek what is going to be at the Garden Gallery Ironworks booth here at GardenPalooza. So I'm with Don Sprague, and Don, you always have such cool stuff, so we're going to give people just a little bit of a clue of what's going to be there. So what you got this year?
We've got some fun stuff. We just made up some new rusty stuff this year. This is one of them here. You can just stick it in the garden or stick it in a pot, and you know, you can see the birds all year long.
Aww.
And so it's just an easy piece to get, and you don't have to water it or anything. Don't even have to feed the bird.
But you could even grow something up it though.
Sure, you
can
grow something up it. It would take away.
I love this little kind of seesaw kind of garden art with owls. It's darling.
The owls are just who's in, you know. So yeah, they're rocking there in the wind to wind. We've had them before up there at the GardenPalooza with the birds and the little nests and stuff like that. But this year we got some birds, and I think there's some frogs too.
Ah, great. And I know you said rusty, but now this isn't rusty. So is this how everything begins?
This is how it begins, and this comes in raw steel, and then we treat it, and then it starts to rust, and then it'll just continue to rust. And it's a salt treatment, so it's not going to cause any harm to your plants.
Okay, and I love this, that this is kind of a grow through for plants that get too tall and fall over, and you could just push it down into the soil and at the length, at the height that you need it.
Right, and the one nice thing about this is in the spring people go and get these that they got them left over from last year, and the legs, they can't find the legs, and
I've had that happen.
One thing and another. So we just made it all one piece.
Yeah, and these towers are really great too. There's all different styles and all different kind of shapes for your garden.
Yeah.
And then they're also they're all going to rust.
These will all rust. You can also get them in powder coat, but rust is one popular way right now.
Nice.
And we've got some different styles this year we've added.
Perfect. And I saw that you have in this section, you have a lot of arbors, and these arbors are really beautiful. They're all kind of different, but are you going to have them at the show today?
Yep. There will be a few arbors up there, yes, for you to look at.
All right, but if you want to come back to the store, there's kind of incentive.
Right. Yeah, we're going to give away a coupon in our booth, so you have to stop by our booth and get a coupon for the store. So you just bring it back to the store the same day, and it'll be worth your trip.
It is, and come shop at the store. And this is a huge store, so if you haven't been there, we're going to go to another section and talk about some other cool stuff. So let's go.
Okay.
Don, this area has so many arbors here. There's one different from the other.
You know, we've got about 20 arbors in the store all total. You know, we've got the portal arbor. Here behind us, we've got the cathedral arbor.
Beautiful.
Over here, we've got a new arbor, and this is one that we're giving away at the Palooza, just like this one here. And then over here, we got the craftsman arbor, and there's some more back in the corner, some round tops. So, like I say, there's about 20 different arbors in the store.
And you can go to either come see William and I, or go to your booth, and you can get an enter to win to this beautiful arbor.
Yes, you want to win one of those.
Yes, definitely.
And, we'll have it here at the store ready for you to pick up right after the show.
And you know what, I was out in my garden this weekend, and so I noticed some plants falling over, and you really have solutions to all those kind of problems.
Oh, we have addressed that problem. You know, this is one new item
this
here
is
we
great.
got. You know, and you just tuck it in tight to the plant, and then it'll keep them from falling over. It spikes down into the ground. There's no tools needed to install it.
Right.
And then, you know, if you want, we've got the standbys, the old garden poof that we make
I
here.
love that one.
And then the cattail one here, and these are just little things that you can train your plants with that are too tall.
Right. And don't forget, you can pick up a coupon to come back to the Garden Gallery Ironworks right here in Hubbard, and they have so many things here. They have the farm style, which is still an important trend. See all the other beautiful things you have, and then that artist has beautiful artwork here.
Yeah, you know, we just had the Dean Krauser event last weekend, and the store was packed all day long.
It's beautiful.
And he's a local artist, so we have a good selection of Dean Krauser's products here, along with our farmhouse stuff and just so many other things.
Beautiful. So, you know, come out to GardenPalooza today, see everything that the Garden Gallery Ironworks booth has there, and don't forget to come back to the store. Thanks so much, Don. Have a great day.
You too.
Garden Time is brought to you by Capital Subaru, your way on the Parkway.
So I talked to some of the people here, and they were giving me a pretty good deal on trading my truck in. So then I went home and got her, and I said, okay, come pick out a Subaru.
I felt like the entire process was transparent and that they were really honest and open with us about everything, and that made it easier to want to purchase from Capital.
I think they want to keep, you know, loyal customers, and I never got that from any other dealership.
Capital isn't on the Parkway, they are the Parkway.
Over the 30 years that our family has been in the nursery industry, we've learned that anyone can supply a customer with plants and garden supplies. But it's supplying those plants and supplies backed by a knowledgeable staff that can transform a garden and take it from ordinary to extraordinary. That's what we do at Sagawa Nursery. Why be ordinary when you can be extraordinary? Sagawa Nursery, growing beyond the ordinary.
For over 100 years, Collier Arbor Care and Bartlett Tree Experts have provided tree and shrub care services to the Portland metropolitan area.
From large tree and small shrub pruning, tree removal, and stump grinding, we can handle all your tree care needs.
Our arborists diagnose and treat your toughest insect and disease problems.
We also have organic solutions for growing and maintaining healthy gardens, as well as organic nutrition for your trees and shrubs.
Collier and Bartlett, environmentally friendly since 1907.
Come to the 17th Annual GardenPalooza April 6th at Fur Point Farms. See over 40 plant growers and garden vendors. Free parking and free admission. Stop by and enter to win a garden arbor from Garden Gallery Ironworks. GardenPalooza April 6th at Fur Point Farms in Aurora.
For those of you coming out to GardenPalooza today, and some of you possibly for the first time, we wanted to give you a few tips to help make your first time and your multiple time more pleasurable.
So when you come into the parking area, please go to your right down this one-way road. And remember that this area right here is for handicap parking only, people that have the blue stickers. And if you need any help, there will be parking attendants.
So if the rest of you are wondering, but where do I park? We give you all of this.
So when you finish filling up your car with all those great plants, you want to take this road to exit out to the back of the property.
So if you're exiting to the back of the property, you might see signs like this out there. Now, if you're going to pick up the plants that you purchased and put in the holding area, you would go this direction. Otherwise, if you're just leaving, you would just follow the exit signs toward the back of the property.
Now, right behind the red store is where you'll find the porta-johnies, which are very important, and the plant holding area, just as important. If you have too many to carry, you can lock them here, and they'll be taken care of until you're ready to leave. Now, follow those signs that William was just talking about. Our great helpers will get you all loaded up, and you can be on your way.
So Judy and I wanted to give you just a couple of more tips. First of all, remember there are several thousand people here at this wonderful event, so we would request that you don't bring your own wagons and carts, as we do have the holding area to help you out there.
And you know, Fur Point Farms does welcome well-behaved pets on a leash, but you know, it is a very crowded event, so maybe this time leave your pets at home.
So we just wanted to offer you these little hints to make your time at GardenPalooza really enjoyable. So I am standing here with the wonderful Rosie of N&M Herbs. And Rosie, today you're going to be going over the things that you will have here at GardenPalooza.
Hi, William.
How are you, dear?
Okay. Well, we will go to this flowering maple.
It's so beautiful.
A Butylon Red Tiger, and it is one of our most popular and super rewarding plants for a customer. So what we will be doing is selling a little guy, like this size, and we expect it to get to about this size in one season.
Wow.
The reason being is this plant is over a year old. We have trimmed it a few times to make it really beefy for the customer, so when they get it, they pot it in a pot, put it in the ground, and it's ready to go.
Off.
Yes.
Yeah.
It loves fertilizer. Give it some sunshine. We even give a little informational sheet to go with it. Yeah, it's like our baby.
Yeah, right.
So we send it home with care instructions. And so we will be bringing a lot of plants for hummingbirds.
Wonderful.
Yes, and a lot of different salvias. We can talk about a few varieties. We'll have about 20 different varieties.
Wow.
But some of them have been in the past, and that we've had in the past, but we have 3 brand new varieties this year, and it's the skyscraper varieties. It's the orange, pink, and purple, and they are a true hardy salvia.
Wow.
And they're, as you can see, mostly salvias don't bloom until like June, July. These in a tiny 4-inch pot have already shot out blooms. So I'm really excited about that.
Well, and they bloom for so long too.
Until frost, exactly.
So they're really open to all kinds of hummingbirds, because hummingbirds stay late.
Oh yeah, well some stay year round anymore.
Right.
So
what is this beauty?
Okay, so there, I always say that all the plants that we are talking about, the hummingbirds love, but this one they never leave alone.
It's true.
This, if you have this, I always tell people that within just a couple of days you will have hummingbirds in your yard.
Yeah.
If you haven't before, and this is Cupia cigar plant.
And I can tell you firsthand, I've had it last year. I put it in a basket, a tall basket. They
just
fed
beautiful.
Constantly. It was amazing because I didn't think that would be one that they would like, but boy, did they.
Oh yeah, no, that's just a fantastic plant.
Well,
it's
and this still looks like salvia to me. This is a different one, isn't it?
Salvia chiapensis, and
Beautiful.
this is more, not a super hardy variety, but again, very, very giving. It'll bloom from now until frost.
Wow.
And just go and go and go. And I mean, it's one that I found, even if you put it in a basket, it'll kind of drape over and bloom out through the sides and everything, because it's a variety that doesn't get super, super big.
Yeah.
Some varieties will get up to 2-3 feet, and this one just stays about 18 inches.
And then this stunner down front here, what is that?
That is Ichroma Royal Purple, and we just love it. Of course, purple is my favorite color, that's why. Even if someone doesn't love it,
you love it, so
yeah,
that's enough, isn't it?
Yeah, so this is Ichroma Royal Purple, and it is another one for hummingbirds, and just...
And it gets this big.
Yes,
good. You
about,
can plant that one.
yeah,
and
3 to 4 feet.
Wow.
It is root hardy, comes back from the root every year.
Absolutely stunning. But then let us not forget that long ago, I remember the only thing you guys did grow was herbs. And
That's
you still do that.
That's it. That was
Wonderfully
going to
so.
be our niche. You know, over 20 years ago, we just started growing different herbs, and we still love them. So they are the spice of your life, you know.
Yes.
Add it to salsa, add it to whatever. If you've ever tried fresh thyme versus dried thyme, you will know the difference immediately, right? So I always tell people, if they are a new gardener and they just start something easy, it's these little herb pots, and there's 7 different varieties, mostly the basic, the parsley, sage, rosemary, thyme, and a pot this size with this many herbs is good for 1 season.
Wow.
As long as they are harvesting them.
Right, as long as they go out there and actually do their work. And so you're going to be taking stuff like this, but you're also going to have rosemary,
the individual,
parsley,
all
kinds of things
yeah,
out
and lavender is another one. I don't have it here, but we have
plenty of lavenders. You do indeed. Now tell me about this beauty too, real quickly.
This is mint bush, and I'm bringing this up because this is such a late spring. Usually at GardenPalooza it's on the tail end, but it hasn't even bloomed yet, so I was so excited to see the flowers. But fantastic, again, herb, high in vitamin C.
Nice.
You can use it kind of a shrubby plant in your yard.
And the reason they call it mint, it smells like mint.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah, but
lovely plant.
not in the mint family.
But no, but it still smells like, and we can get away with that then, can't we? Because that's lovely. So there you have it. You know, it is always a delight to spend time with Rosie and hear her passion for plants and what she can bring to the table. So you can come out to GardenPalooza and find out all kinds of great things to buy for your own garden. Thank you so much, Rosie.
Garden Time is brought to you by Portland Nursery, a passion for plants, a nursery for plant people.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Portland Nursery, where spring is our favorite time of year. It's the time to prepare your garden for planting. We invite you to get a jump on spring with our huge selection. Let Portland Nursery's staff of professionals help with groceries you can grow. We've got the seeds, veggie starts, and expertise to ensure your success. Visit portlandnursery.com for a list of classes and special events. Portland Nursery, helping make your backyard your favorite destination at 50th and Stark and 90th and Division.
Millions of tulip bulbs transform the Iverson Farm into one of Oregon's most stunning events. The family invites you to the Wooden Shoe Tulip Festival. Explore our tulip fields and market, kids' activities, food, and wooden shoe wine. The Wooden Shoe Tulip Festival open daily, now through April 29.
No matter what shade your green thumb is, you can find the plants and the help you need at Wavra Farms. We're filled with an astounding array of colorful plants to fill your garden. In addition to wonderful annuals and perennials, we are known for our hanging baskets. We also have all your garden essentials, and we have great garden gifts too. From beginner to expert, you'll find something new and different with every visit. Wavra Farms, located off Highway 22, exit 5, east of Salem.
We're at Al's Garden and Home in Sherwood, and we're right in front of this Dram tool display. It's really a colorful display filled with garden tools, and Dram is the sponsor of GardenPalooza that's happening today. We want to take a couple minutes and talk about some of the great tools that we like to use in our garden. I love their wands. They have a really nice long frame here that you can get your baskets and those hard to reach annuals or pots on your deck. And the thumb control here for these settings is really nice because you can either do a small stream of water or a bigger one if you really need to water a wider area.
And they also have these wonderful, wonderful watering tools. And you know, I really am sold also on that thumb thing. That is just an amazing, it's so easier. But then you can have different types of streams. This one has a direct stream or a shower, but they even have heads that have a lot of different streams to them. So they really are handy. So whether if you want to water something up high or just water, really makes it easy.
And then I love their sprinklers too, because we all have those hard to water areas that they're a strange shape or they're narrow or maybe an all around kind of a pattern that you need. So these have like a dial that you can just kind of shift it to a different kind of a spray pattern. Some are full circle, some are half circle, some are almost rectangular, and they're really nice and durable, and I love the colors because you never lose them in the garden.
It's very true. And one of their newest introductions this year is a sprinkler system that has this kind of a shower head on it, so you can just simply twist it to whatever pattern you need. It makes it really convenient.
So if you're interested in these Dram tools, you can go to any of your independent garden centers or come out to Al's, or you can come and see William and I at GardenPalooza today because we'll be giving them away today.
All you have to do is go to the booth where Judy and I are at and just sign up to win. It's very easy and very fun.
So for more information about GardenPalooza, Dram tools, go to GardenTime.tv or GardenPalooza. Well, I am with Rick Naylor from Visualscaping and French Prairie Perennials right in Aurora, and every year for GardenPalooza, you bring some lovely things and tell us all about how we should be landscaping. And so you have a great tip for us homeowners that, you know, trying to pick out things for our gardens.
Well, you know, I mean, visualscaping is part of the philosophy is year-round color. I mean, that's one of the things that we try to accomplish besides making your yard look really different. So one of the ways to accomplish that is using rare, unique, and unusual plants, which is what we do, of course. But using evergreens or using conifers, because there's such a wide variety now, using those as foundation plants, planting them in the right spots, you can make the yard look full year-round and still have year-round color. An example of that is this plant right here.
That's beautiful.
This is called Golden Showers. And it doesn't get super big, has kind of a weeping habit, but you see it has this bright variegation that stays year-round, and because the new growth has some more of the yellow in it. And it's a very striking plant.
Very much.
Makes a great foundation plant for the garden. The one next to it here is a little dwarf western red cedar called Grünkugel, which whenever I say western red cedar, it scares the heck out of
It's like,
people.
woo, it's going to be big.
Right, but this is a true dwarf. It's only going to get about 3 feet tall by about 3 feet wide at maturity. Great thing about this plant is in the wintertime, it gets kind of a plum hue to it. It's a beautiful plant. It's come out of it now with the temperatures have warmed up in the last few weeks, but really nice plant for the garden because it has a really nice growth habit to it.
And it would look totally different. Look like you had two different plants in the garden.
Absolutely.
Cool.
So it evolves with the season.
Nice. And then this gold tip one.
Yeah, that's this dwarf Scotch pine called Moseri. Extremely slow growing plant. Again, the new growth is that very striking yellow.
Nice.
And it turns to kind of a lime green in the summer on the older growth, but a very long needle. Newer needles kind of come out in these little tufts like this of bright gold. So again, a plant that adds a tremendous amount of color to the garden, winter or summer.
And it's going to be more tall and narrow, like 3 foot by
3 to 4 feet tall by about 2 feet wide. So it's going to kind of a more of a cone shape to it. Yeah.
Even in a container would be great.
Absolutely.
Nice,
absolutely.
nice. And then a totally different texture, this one with the little creamy edge.
Right, that's Pisces orientalis silver seedling, or sometimes called sulfur flush. It tends to have more of a prostrate growth habit to it unless you stake it, which we've done here. So we've developed a central leader. Then you can get a little more height out of it. But if you don't want that and you want more of a prostrate look, just cut the central leader and let it kind of
Ooh, pretty on a bank.
out.
Even.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that'd be beautiful. And then this
Yeah.
one is very striking, dark, this pretty green.
It's one of my favorite Hinoki cypresses. It's called Philocoides compacta. And the great thing I like about it is because it has a very open habit to it. And because it's so open and allows light to get in, it doesn't get the dead in it like a lot of the dense Hinokis do.
Yeah, yeah.
So it stays more green and more clean. And it has, it's a bigger plant. It's going to get about 9 feet by about 4 feet wide. So somewhat columnar, but that kind of open habit. And when the wind blows, it has a lot of movement
Nice.
to it, which is really nice.
Nice. And then you always have such a beautiful collection of Japanese maple, so this is gorgeous.
This is I can say that.
Okay.
This is Kawahara Rose,
Okay.
which comes out in the spring, this kind of salmony color. And then in the summertime, it'll get a little more pinky red in it with a little bit of green variegation. And it's not a very common Japanese maple, but it's very beautiful, very striking, because it changes color again in the fall to an orange and pink and red.
Wow.
So.
Well, here at the store, you have this beautiful yard of plants, but you also have a gift shop. So I'm going to go in and talk to Carrie and see what's happening in there.
Good idea.
All right. Well, now I'm inside the shop with Carrie, and Carrie, you have such a cool, eclectic kind of mix of inside and outside artwork and gifts. So what's really kind of hot this spring?
Hot this spring is metal garden art. So we have some wonderful assortment of metal flowers of different sizes. We have blue herons.
Those
They're
are
always
cool.
really a good seller for us. We also have garden chimes. We have
those rain chains are cool too.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love
they're really
those.
cool. And bird feeders, sorted stuff, really. We have, like you said, an eclectic mix that really seems to have something for everyone in here.
Yeah, and downtown Aurora is just a really kind of cool place to come for an afternoon. After GardenPalooza, you can come by. You really can stash the car and walk around.
You can. We have a lot of eateries in town. We have a new one in town that many people are getting reservations for.
Wow.
But we also have German food. We have a lot of different assortment. We have our Aurora Colony Museum to visit, so you can get the history of the place. And we have several shops in town. We have some artists in town. We have someone that sells historic art. We have
neat.
the auction house across the street. And we have a flea market that's across the street once a month.
Wow, so
Yeah.
really something to do. Get your family, girlfriend, mom or sisters, and to come on and really enjoy the town.
We have a lot of groups that just spend the day here, walk around, and they can't believe they haven't been here.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
right.
so it's really fun to find this place.
And so how do we find more information about French Prairie Perennials?
Well, we keep our Facebook page pretty well up to date and posted, so if you could go to French Prairie Perennials on Facebook, that'd be great. Of course, if you can access our website, try it. Some days I can't, and other days other people can. But that's one way to do it. And we have our Downtown Merchants Association, which is Aurora Colony Visitors Association.
Oh, great. Well, it's like a couple minutes from Fur Point Farms, where GardenPalooza is today, or you can come another day, but come on out to French Prairie Perennials and see the beautiful nursery stock they have and the cool stock in the shop. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for coming out.
For our tip of the week, we're at Portland Nursery on Stark Street. This time of year, it's all about seed starting, but really you can get more out of each package of seeds.
And did you know that with a lot of seeds, you can get 2 harvests in a year? Ones like lettuce and this wonderful pea, you can plant them right now, and then when you harvest them, you plant them again for another crop.
That is a great way to stretch your dollar. You're actually getting more bang for your vegetable buck.
Nestled in the oaks of the Willamette Valley is a nursery that is truly exceptional. At Out in the Garden Nursery, you will find a vast array of shade plants, ornamental grasses, and hardy perennials. Let us help you bring color and texture into your garden. We offer over 100 types of perennials. Many of our plants are evergreen for year-round interest. Plus, we offer the best in personal attention. Out in the Garden Nursery, where we grow great gardens one plant at a time.
1,112, 1,113.
William, what are you counting?
I'm counting all of our wonderful friends on Facebook.
And we invite everyone to go to Facebook and like us and follow us.
All you have to do is go to GardenTime.tv and hit the Facebook icon, which is in the top right-hand corner.
It's the best place to get the most updated information on Garden Time.
So all you have to do is click us and like us.
The health and beauty of your garden starts from the ground up, and healthy soils begin at Grimm's Fuel. For the best in garden mulch, blended soils, and bark dust, choose Grimm's. U-Haul delivered or installed, Grimm's can do it. And if you're looking for a new lawn, Grimm's can do that too with our special lawn installation service. Grimm's is also the area's largest recycler of yard debris. The foundation for a healthy garden begins at Grimm's Fuel.
Come to the 17th Annual GardenPalooza April 6th at Fur Point Farms. See over 40 plant growers and garden vendors. Free parking and free admission. Stop by and enter to win a garden arbor from Garden Gallery Ironworks. GardenPalooza April 6th at Fur Point Farms in Aurora.
At Garland Nursery, you'll find
Top quality plants,
4 generations of garden know-how,
fun and fantastic garden decor,
and the best in garden supplies.
Come visit us at Garland Nursery.
Since 1937, inspiring beautiful and bountiful gardens.
So I am here with Don Grunwald, and although we were out at Lesher Farms, we are in a place that is a community garden, but not really a community garden. So tell me, what is it that we're in?
Exactly. We're standing in the demonstration garden at Lesher Farm, and this garden is used for a lot of camps and classes and programs and field trips. And the way that it's managed is we have a program called the Adopt-A-Plot program, and people register and pay a small fee, and then they get their own plot assigned to them to grow food or flowers organically. And the produce is used for our donations to our Adult Community Center's Meals on Wheels program, for cooking classes, for camps. Wow. And the food grows, and the summer campers come and they harvest the food, sample a little bit, and then they donate the rest to the ACC, the Adult Community Center.
So let me make sure that I understand here, because I'm getting older now, so this takes more work for me. But you actually do have the traditional community garden spaces here, but this is different because it's a community garden with help, which is
right,
and classes and stuff. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so how it works, we have a community garden program that's out here also, and in that program you get assigned a plot and you grow food and flowers for yourself organically or to give to your friends, and you're kind of on your own. You might have neighbors help you, but I don't spend a lot of time helping in that. This program, the Adopt-A-Plot program, it's perfect for new gardeners because I will hold your hand, I'll give you everything you need, I'll make sure that you're supported. If you can't water, just let us know, we'll water for you. We'll make sure your plot doesn't get super weedy. We'll help you with your pathway. So it's very well supported, and it's a great way to learn it. And if you don't have a ton of time for a garden but want to get your hands in the dirt, it's a perfect program.
And then what I really like about it is how it's not just about people growing stuff for themselves. You're really helping other places specifically.
Yes, the ACC, the Adult Community Center, really benefits from the fresh produce every week. And then our campers learn about the parts of the plant by harvesting from the garden, radishes, asparagus, spinach, that kind of thing, flowers and fruit. And it's just an amazing win-win-win program. And it doesn't cost very much. It's $30 for a resident. I think it's $45 for a non-resident. And you learn something every week, and you learn by doing. And then you can also take some samples home. I think it would be cruel to have people grow food and say, no, you can't have any. So if you grow 4 cabbages, take 1 cabbage home, that kind of thing.
So then you also have like 8 classes, March through October, I believe. What are those, and then what events are happening?
Right. So we have work parties the 3rd Saturday of every month, March through October. And during those work parties, we'll learn something different. We'll work together on clearing your plot and just get some advice. So it's kind of open-ended. What would you like to learn? What would you like to grow? And we have an orientation coming up next weekend on Saturday from 10 to 12. We still have 8 plots open. So if you want to register now and come to the orientation, that'd be perfect. It's going to be a beautiful day like it always freezes when we have adopted pot work parties, and if it's not, we have fun anyway, because it really is a party. It's very social. You get to interact with people. You get to learn as you do. It's just a really wonderful
Which,
program.
you know, gardening in my world, growing up with grandparents on both sides of my family, always was a very social place that you met up and had fun and got some food from it. So if you're interested in this, which I find it fascinating myself, go to GardenTime.tv. We'll click over to their website.
Perfect.
You can be clicked over to their website and then get all that information and come out and really learn how to garden wonderfully and kindly. Thank you so much, Dawn.
Thank you. Wonderful.
I'm at Little Baja in Burnside with Jared, and Jared, you know, this has been a tremendous winter, and so we've seen some problems with pottery. So can you explain about what happened?
You're right. We think we've all kind of learned how important it is to have good drainage, and you know, quality pot, of course, too. But it's that drainage. When water builds up, freezes, and expands, it can do significant damage.
And it just pops the pot.
Exactly right.
And so what can we do to prevent that next year?
It's simple. We just need to get it up off the floor. You'll get airflow under there, and it'll be draining really good. So that'll give you a good, healthy root system. And you can use one of these. That gets it up off the floor. That's kind of a low-profile version.
Oh, that's perfect.
Come in different sizes, too. Or some pot feet.
Oh,
you
those
know,
are kind of cute.
3 of those, and that'll get it up.
Yeah, and then what about picking out pottery? You guys have a great selection here, and really there's in all quality pots, but tell people about what all that means.
Sure. Well, you know, we've been working hand in hand with the same makers for over 30 years now.
Wow.
And so we really have a relationship where we know what materials are going into the clay. We know that they're coming out fired and just good quality. And you can tell just by knocking on it. You're going to hear it resonate like a bell, like, wow, that must be a good pot.
And I see you're getting some new shipments in, so really you're chock full of pottery for the new season.
We're going big, yeah, for sure.
So is a sealer good for concrete and terracotta?
Well, you know, sure. It's really a case-by-case basis. You know, feel free to come down. We'll really walk you through your options and help you decide what would be right.
Well, you have to come down to Little Baja. They have so many beautiful pottery, all different colors and shapes and sizes. Plus, they got these great chimeneas for these kind of chilly mornings. Well, thank you so much. Have a great season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Millions of tulip bulbs transform the Iverson Farm into one of Oregon's most stunning events. The family invites you to the Wooden Shoe Tulip Festival. Explore our tulip fields and market, kids' activities, food, and wooden shoe wine. The Wooden Shoe Tulip Festival open daily, now through April 29.
For 90 years, Espoma has one guiding principle: develop the finest organic gardening products that work in harmony with nature, grow beautiful gardens, and make a greener world for the future. From our soil products to our plant foods, we have always been committed to the environment and sustainability. We use a vast array of natural and organic ingredients and package them in our 100% solar-powered plant. Look for the quality line of Espoma products at your local independent garden center. Espoma, organic from the beginning.
Build a beautiful home inside and out at French Prairie Perennials. Inside, we have just the right creative elements to complete your decor. We offer an oasis of unusual, nature-inspired garden and home gifts and accessories. Outside, choose from our wide selection of unique dwarf conifers and sparkling companion plants. French Prairie Perennials, located between Woodburn and Wilsonville. Take exit 278 to Aurora and French Prairie Perennials.
Why do the finest builders shop at Standard TV and Appliance?
We've been partners with Standard for years. They really align with our mission because as a company, our mission is to provide the best quality customer service, customer care. Without that, I don't think our relationship would have lasted this long.
Standard can make your dream kitchen a reality, setting the standard since 1947. Standard TV and Appliance.
Hey everybody, I'm Brian Bauman from Bauman's Farm and Garden, and I wanted to welcome you to the Bauman Bakery, I mean Nursery. Well, today we're going to blur the lines between the two of them a little bit, and we're going to show you how to make a succulent wedding cake. Succulents are one of those things that are insanely popular, and we love them. Everywhere I go, we're always collecting new samples and bringing new things home, and we have dozens of different varieties. One of the favorite things that we do on the farm is we take those succulents and we put them into small little 2-inch pots. The nice thing about the 2-inch pots is it really gives you the chance to use them in a lot of different creative ways, like for example a succulent wedding cake. we've taken a nice kind of smattering of things that I thought would look really cool in this wedding cake. It's a mix of tropical and hardy succulents, but if you ever have any questions about which ones are going to live during the winter and which ones play nice or don't play nice together, come on by the farm. We'd be happy to show you all the different ones we have. In order to get started, we've got 3 different tiers to our cake. So we're going to start with the big tier, and rather than fill this all the way up with soil, we're going to take part of the pot and fill it up about halfway with gravel. That way we'll have good drainage, and it allows for our second tier to sit up just a little bit. And now that we've got our second tier in place, we're going to take a little bit of black gold potting soil and fill it in around the outside. So let's grab some of that. Alrighty, we've got some soil in here, and now it's time to get planting. Now some of these 2-inch are a little deep, but succulents don't need a lot of roots. A lot of times I'll pinch the bottom right off, which gives me just the right amount of space, and we're gonna slide this guy right into place. And now we're gonna work our way around the outside. Okay, I've successfully completed the first tier and made a mess, but just don't tell my mom. Okay, so we're gonna put some rocks in the center here, and we're going to begin work on the second tier. All right. All right, last piece. And a little tuck and nip here and there, and I think it'll be all ready to go. Cool. What a fun project to do with succulents, and to try out some more different things with the 2-inch succulents we have at Bauman's, head on over to our YouTube channel at Bauman's Farm and Garden.
So I have to tell you, I am very happy to be standing in the production room of Ancestry Brewing, and I'm here with Brian. And Brian, you are the head brewer, right?
Yes, that's correct.
So, you know, as gardening show, we love plants, we love nature and flowers and all of that stuff, and we found out that you guys have used specific botanicals. First of all, I want to know, why would you use botanicals in beer of any kind?
So the most common botanical that's used all the time is hops. I mean, everybody knows about hops in beer. And we're really interested in exploring, I'm very interested in exploring different types of botanicals, like, you know, we use elderflower, we've used hibiscus, and it's just a new world. You know, people use hops all the time, and I like to try to get into a different territory and get some new flavors from different plants.
So you mentioned elderflowers, but what are a couple other ones that you've tried for that? And are you using them for flavor? Is it for color? What are you using them for?
It's a lot of aroma, a little bit of flavor. Yeah. Hibiscus we've used, and that's a lot of color. Really? It's sweet a little bit. It's got some good floral character as well. So it's a combination of the two, but I'm usually looking for aroma first. I'll smell the botanical. I'll make sure it smells like something I want to put in beer. And then from there, we'll assess how it tastes in beer. You know, it could smell amazing and then not taste great in beer, but we experiment, and that's part of the joy of our brewery. We have a lot of small tanks, and we're able to innovate a lot. So we got new products coming out constantly with new different botanicals.
Right. And you know, I'm going to now switch over here, and I'm going to talk to Jeremy. Jeremy, you're the general manager, but I want to talk to you because there is a specific color and a specific flower that was used for a specific thing. So first of all, let's talk about the flower and the color.
Yeah, so we're using butterfly pea blossom, and the goal is to get the color of the beer blue.
Blue.
Yeah, oftentimes people use food coloring and things, and we definitely want to use things that are capable of adding some flavors and aromas, as Brian mentioned before, and specifically, we're always just experimenting and looking for new, interesting ways that we can make a great product for our customers to enjoy.
And it's not necessarily, I mean, you're not just like trying to be weird and freakish and all of that stuff. You really take great pride in the product that you produce here.
For sure, yeah. And specifically with the butterfly pea blossom we used, one of the great things about it was we noticed a slightly sweet and almost sort of a berry or blueberry type aroma, which if you're trying to make a blue product, is a great thing to have.
It would be a
on.
perfect connection,
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
sure,
Yeah,
yep,
yes,
yep.
indeed. Well, now we're going to take a little break. I'm going to walk over and talk to another chap about why it's so important that they even wanted to create a blue beer. You'll find it fascinating. So now I'm sitting here beside Brian Schaefer and his boy Nicholas, and I have to say that while I was in the brewery, I found this beer phone, which I think is yours, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
There you go,
Thank you
Brian.
so much.
So now, I get the fun and the thoughtfulness of blue beer, but it really has a very specific reason that it was made, and it's all about autism. Tell me about that.
So, if you don't already know, April is Autism Awareness Month. So we raise money for the ASO. A lot of families that have a family member with autism, like my son Nicholas.
Right.
We formed teams. Ours is Team Nicholas, and we brewed a beer, and we hope that we can raise money through beer sales to help support the ASO.
So really, the whole process then in your mind was, you know, because you deal with this every single day in your personal life, this autism, you decided that a blue beer would cover the color of that and what it means, and then you became very clever and said we can sell it and make money to help autism.
Yes. So we, just like pink is the associated color for cancer,
right.
Blue is the associated color for autism. And so we were kicking around ideas. We knew what kind of beer we wanted to make, which is a hazy IPA. But then Jeremy, who's the general manager here at Ancestry, he said, I can make it blue, or I think I can.
Right.
So we're like, okay, let's do it. So we tried. So it's got natural botanicals in it, not food dye.
And so for this, for the period of time in this month, then they're going to give donations to autism.
Yes.
With this.
Every beer sale creates a donation to the ASO.
Wonderful.
So you can go out there and drink this for a cause.
Right, exactly. And then also certainly if you want to try this and you want to support autism, you can come to Ancestry Brewery and get it there, but you can also get it other places because you have it
There'll be a
places
number of
elsewhere.
locations in Beaverton that will be carrying the beer and have it on tap.
And they can find that if they go to GardenTime.tv for that list
Yes.
of places.
Yes.
You know, as gardeners, we all really enjoy being out in the garden, and often it is with a beer or a glass of wine. So if you're thinking, I would like to support autism awareness, go to GardenTime.tv. We'll give you a list of the places where you can buy the blue beer and really support autism awareness. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Nicholas.
Thank you for watching the show today, and we always say that GardenPalooza is a family-friendly event. So grab the kids, come out to GardenPalooza, and come out and see the farm animals.
And if you're really lucky, you'll even be able to see the 3 brand new baby goats that just arrived. So for more information on GardenPalooza, go to GardenPalooza.com. For more information on Garden Time, go to GardenTime.tv.
William and I thank you for watching, and we'll see you later at GardenPalooza.
Oh, GardenPalooza, GardenPalooza, don't be a loser, come to GardenPalooza. We've got over 40 vendors, so you'll find what you need. Buy yourself a maple, or perhaps a bunch of mums. Come meet William and Judy, your favorite TV chums. GardenPalooza, oh, GardenPalooza, don't be a loser, come to GardenPalooza. We're at a place called Fur Point, from 8 to 3:30. Find yourself some treasures, then go home and get all dirty.
The proceeding was a paid program of the Guston Creative Group and its sponsors.